Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl, Candy with the E, and we are here live in the 3M virtual conference. Oh my God. Today, when I tell you this is going to be the bomb, because Arica P. Quinn is here. And when I tell you the diva is ready to show out, she is ready to show out. So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to, join us. But I'm telling you, you need to come in, get your pencil and paper ready, because I'm telling you, my girl is going to blow this stage up, okay? This 3M conference, who was here last night? When I say, oh my God, Robert showed out, but Arica is finished show out too. So I'm when I tell you, every day has been full of knowledge and full of information. And if you haven't been paying attention, go back and look at some of the go back and look at the replays and stuff like that, because you're gonna learn something. But make sure that you got your pencil and paper out, because I'm telling you, my girl is going to rock the box. Now, for questions, you can put all of your questions down in the live stream, but we will not be answering questions until the 20th. That's when we'll do the reunion show. You'll get to see all of the speakers. So the ones you didn't get to see, you will be able to see them. You'll be able to ask questions live, as well as answer the questions that you guys put out. I'm going to actually give you a email address that you can actually send your questions to, and that way you guys can actually send your questions in if you want to. So just so you guys know, this is the 3M virtual summit. Is going to be Arica P. Quinn. And this actual show is being sponsored by my cousin. She owns a store. I need you guys to go to facebook.com/Lily and Sadie. These earrings and necklace, you can get stuff like that. The earrings and necklace set that I had on the other day is something else that she has. So I will be putting that information out as well. But we finna bring my girl in, okay? So check out my girl, Arica Quinn. Y'all put y'all hands together for her.
Hey.
Okay, so how you doing?
I am good. I am doing good. I'm excited about being here. And, just the fact that you put the request out there and I jumped right on it. And for you to say yes to me is so just blessed and just overwhelming. This is literally my first real speaking moment right now today, outside of where I did little sermonettes and Bible studies at church, but it's been about 7 years since I've done that. So this is really the first major thing for me. So I'm super excited to be here.
Oh yeah, we super excited as well. So I'm gonna come off live and I'm gonna let you handle it, but I want you to tell people who you are, where you from, and then you can just go from there, okay?
All righty. Let me go ahead and I'm going to kind of share my screen. Now, I won't be able to see you when I share my screen, but that's all right, because when I'm done tonight, I will go back and I will go through the replay and look at your comments and all of that good stuff. So let me get my screen shared here. Bear with me so I can get the good stuff up. All right. Here we go. So hopefully you all can see this. Let me go ahead and enlarge the screen. There we go. So I am Arica P. Quinn. I currently reside in Aurora, Colorado. I've been here the majority of my life, actually since I was about 2 or 3 years old. I was born in Inkster, Michigan. So, I can only say that if I was really from there, because anybody who's from Detroit knows that if you're driving by, it's a blink. when you're driving by in Michigan. So let me go ahead and share with you all who I am. I am the trauma transformer, and I help women develop the mindset and leverage the skills necessary for them to stop transferring their trauma and instead transform their trauma in order to regain their voices and discover success. I am a survivor of molestation, rape, and both emotional and verbal abuse. At the age of 7, from 7 to 12, I was molested by an uncle, and it was a very difficult um, part of my life to unfold. And what I mean by that is, I did not come into the realization or the understanding of why I was doing some of the things that I was doing, um, why I was self sabotaging myself, why I was having a difficult time with a difficult time with expressing myself and different things like that, why I had suicidal thoughts and all of those things. And it wasn't until I was about 33 that I finally began to unravel these things. And so during that, I discovered what never was really gone. I had just suppressed it so far down that I thought in my mind's eye that I had forgot about it. But you really never forget trauma. It is always there. And so, coming to discovery, as I said, of being molested from the time I was 7 to 12. And then going into high school, I was raped by the guy that I was dating at the time. And then in my early young adult life, I was snatched into a car and raped. And in college, I had a train ran on me. I was drugged and had a train ran on me in college. And then as an adult, I ended up walking into emotional and verbal abuse, not realizing that I was getting into those relationships because of what had happened to me. And I felt like this is all I was worthy of. I am a mother, a grandmother. I'm a mother of two kings, Jeremiah Taylor and Matthias the Bishop McGee. He's been preaching since he was 2 years old. My oldest son, Jeremiah, he is a gamer and has given me my two beautiful grandchildren, Princess Phoenix Amaya Taylor and Meliodas James Taylor. I am the current reigning Miss Colorado American Elegance Lady 2020-21 and will compete on the national stage if we are open enough in October in Chicago, Illinois. I am the former reigning Miss Colorado Plus America 2019, the first pageant I had ever done. I am a published author with Synovia Alexander Presents, in which I have published now 10 books that include urban fiction, inspiration, poetry, and my memoir, You Know My Name, But Not My Story. So let's go ahead and get ready to jump into tonight for the 3M Motivation Makes Money Summit. If you are ready to continue being motivated, just go ahead and type me in the comments. My topic or my big idea is trauma transformer, shifting my purpose. But I want to break that down a little bit into my subtopic for today, which is, oops, wrong way. There we go. Fried chicken equals success. Yes, you heard me right. I said fried chicken equals success. So I hope you are ready because we are going to use fried chicken to unpack what we can do to be successful. So get your notebook and your pen and pencil ready and let's go to work. The first thing we want to do is kind of look at some of the roadblocks that we might have during this time or just in general over your span of what you've been going through. So roadblock number one, we try to get success doing everything rather than focusing on what you really desire. And we've heard that the term all the time, you got too many irons in the fire. One thing I am learning about my own success journey right now is you got to focus on one thing and do that one thing well, and then you can bring another iron and put it in the fire. But let's work on one thing first. Roadblock number two, lack of planning. Again, we've all heard the saying, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. And so a lot of us jump out there trying to do things and we have no plan. We have no roadmap of how we're going to do what we're going to do. Roadblock number three, having the wrong ingredients. Sometimes we don't have the right things that we need to be successful. Roadblock number four, being unprepared for success. All of us want success, but what are we doing to get ready for the success that's going to come our way? Because believe you me, when you plan and you get down to that one thing and you have the right ingredients, success is going to come your way. But are you ready to accept what is coming to you? And roadblock number five, rushing the process. We want to be at the finish line before the starting gun even goes off to begin the race. And so we got to slow down and allow the process to happen. So type the number of the roadblock that you most resonate with in the comments. If it's number one, if it's number two, if it's all of them, if it's number three, if it's number four, just type in the comments for me which roadblock that you have the most trouble with. But at the end of tonight, there is going to be a moment of a utopia experience. And here's what you can expect. We're going to unwrap success and what that can look like. We are going to knock down these roadblocks. And then I'm going to have a call to action for you. So let's get started. Let's start out by looking at what success is. Success is means being successful, the achievement of desired visions and planned goals. Furthermore, success can be a certain social status that describes a prosperous person that can also have gained fame for its favorable outcome. The dictionary describes success as the following: attaining wealth, prosperity, and or fame. Success is different for each individual and is based on the goals a person strives to attain. Some see success as satisfaction, others see it as perseverance, others see it as happiness, and yet some see success as a journey and not a destination. And I think for me, that's where I'm at. I'm learning for me that success is a journey. It is not the end all to be all. Type in the comments what you view success as. Is it satisfaction for you? Is it perseverance for you? Is it happiness? Is it a journey and not a destination? What does success look like for you? So the first step in fried chicken equals success is you have to make the decision. You have to make the decision of what it is that you want. So if I don't want fried chicken, I'm not going to make fried chicken, right? But if I've decided that fried chicken is what I want, you know how you decide you want to eat something, and no matter how much other stuff you eat, you just are not satisfied until you eat what it is that you desire. So whatever it is that you want to have success in, you need to make up in your mind that that is what you want, whether it is stability or it's financial success or it's a healthy lifestyle or it's overcoming grief or working through trauma. Whatever your success is, you need to decide that that is exactly what you want. And then you have to formulate the ingredients. You have to make your list of ingredients. Now, for me, when I fry chicken, It just depends on what I'm feeling, on what type of seasonings I want, if I want to dip it and make a batter with egg and flour, if I want to marinate it. But you have to formulate the ingredients. And so when you're looking at your success, you have to do the same thing. So now, if you got your pen and paper, here's our first exercise of the night. We are going to do the work. Number one, I want you to think about just one area you will choose to transform into success and what is required. Only one area. So I've given this example of my fried chicken in the middle, right? And then you see branched off from it, it's giving you what is going to be required for me to fry my chicken. So we have fresh chicken, we have the seasoning, we have milk and eggs, we have the flour, we have the oil. So what I want you to do, I want you to just take a few moments right now, and on your piece of paper, whatever that uh, one thing that you're going to choose to transform into success, one area, whether it's weight loss, whether it's a business, whether it's your lifestyle, your spirituality, whatever that is, I want you to put that in the middle, draw a circle around it, and then I want you to at least pick 5 things to branch off of what you put in that circle. So I'm going to give you guys just a few moments. And while you're doing that, let me give you some suggestions. Um, as you're doing this, you have to write down your vision, right? It can include target dates. Maybe you have short-term goals, long-term goals. Maybe a vision board. Maybe a passion planner. Again, what are the ingredients you need to possess in order to reach your desired success? All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on. Now, remember, you can go back and watch the replay. So if you don't get something done, I would suggest that you go back, listen, and complete whatever it is we're going to do this evening. All right. So the next thing to frying this chicken or to having your success is that you have to make the investment. You have to make the investment. Now, let me start with step number 3. Don't shop when you're hungry. Now, listen, you know how it is when you go to the store and your goal is to go in and just pick up some milk, right? But when you get there, everything just magnifies because you're hungry. Before you know it, instead of coming out with just that gallon of milk, you have an entire basket full of food that you did not intend to spend money on. Then when you get home, you start to realize that half the stuff you brought, you either already had or you really didn't need it. Why did I buy these cookies? Why did I get this soda? Why did I buy more chicken when I got 4 things of chicken already in the freezer? Now, you were out of money you could have invested into someone else. Likewise, when you are starting to invest in your success, you need to stay focused on the one area you are working on to transform. Because if not, it will be easy to overfill your basket with things that you don't even need at the time. So that ties into step number 4. You are only going to the store to shop for what you need. I don't need a whole lot of stuff to make my chicken. I just need my flour, my eggs, my milk, my oil, and my seasonings, and the chicken. That is it. I don't need to buy a whole lot of other stuff to make fried chicken. So stay focused on what it is that you are transforming into success, and only get the things that you need for that to start to take place. We have a real struggle with where we go and we think we got to have everything to start our business, or we've got to have everything in line to start our weight losing process, or we have to have everything that we need to start changing our lifestyle. No, you take step by step and you grow. You get the things that you need as you grow and as you develop, right? All right, so here we go. Do the work number two: research, budget, and prioritize. Let me pause right here. I left something very, 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 very important out with the last slide. So let me go back real quick. On the step number four, as I said, you have to make an investment into the success you want for yourself. So if your success is business driven, you might need training. You might need to write a book. What market do you need? Do you need to have branding? So that's an example of what I'm talking about when I say shop for what you need. Now, here we go. The first step of research, budget, and prioritize is what's needed. We have this wonderful thing called Google. And so you can go into Google, and I'm going to stay focused since we're at the 3M Summit. I'm going to stay focused on business, but this falls into any area that you want to transform. So you can go on Google and you can type in um, what's the target market for overcoming target. And it's going to pull up information for you to research and to look at. How much does a life coach charge? It's going to pull up information. So you have Google right at your fingertips. So there's no excuse that none of us should not be able to go into Google and research. So I want you to write a note to yourself that within the next 24 hours, you are going to go to Google and look at what it is you want to do, what it is you're trying to transform, and find out what you need. Then you have a financial requirement, right? Because we've heard the saying, you have to invest money to make money. So you're going to have to make an investment. And one thing that I have learned through this process, and one of my, I call her one of my internet street life coaches, Taria Vision Avant. She always talks about the fact that people don't do or don't respect or don't accomplish something unless they've got some skin in the game. So unless they've made an investment. And what I found that when I invest to go be a part of a workshop, or I invested in the boot camp, you best believe, honey, I'm gonna get it done, because to me, that's me wasting my money if I don't. So you need to find out what it's gonna cost. What are the different things, that you might need? Again, if it's training, if you need to go back to school, what is that gonna look like? What does it cost to have marketing? What does it cost to have branding? If your success is health and wellness driven, what foods do you need? What dietary supplements? Do you need a gym membership? Do you want a personal trainer? Is your success is more a more fulfilled life? Do you need counseling? Will you make a geographical location change? Will you pencil in some massage and spa days? Do you need a financial advisor? All of those are investments into transforming, taking whatever you've been through that was negative, transforming it into success. It's going to require an investment on your part. And then what's first? Where do I start? Well, I just laid it out for you. First of all, you need to research. And then after you research, you need to budget. And once you have that budget and you know what things are going to cost, then you can prioritize. What do I need first? What do I need second? What do I need third? Type in the comments if this is making sense to you. Let me know if this is making sense to you. All right. Step number 5, preparation. Now, you have the ingredients and it's prep time. And with anything that you do, there is a prep time. or what I like to call a planning season. Now, some of us are able to jump right out there and get the ball rolling. Some of us, it takes some time. It may be a year before you launch, but that's okay because you want to take the time to prep. So, for example, when I get ready to prep to fry my chicken, I rinse it off and pat it dry. I gather the right utensils and pans. I season the chicken. I heat the oil in the pan. I flour the chicken, or if I'm going to make it crispy, I dip it in egg and flour it and all that good stuff. And then I'm ready to place my chicken in the pan to fry. What is in your kitchen of success? What do you have to prep with? Do you have a coach? Are you making yourself visible? Have you started executing your plan? Have you even written out your plan? Are you engaging with others who do what you do? Are you surrounding yourself with like minded people? And where is your spiritual life? And then who was your taste tester? Now, I got a house full of taste testers. Every time I cook something, somebody's in the kitchen before I even have to ask if somebody want to taste. You want to taste this, you want to taste that. Who is your taste tester? Who is set to test your creation? Do you know your market? Have you tested your market? Have you put out a survey? Have you done polls? How do they prefer what you are cooking? Some people like their chicken baked, some like it fried, some like it boiled, some like it grilled, some like it boiled. So those that are your taste testers, how would they prefer what you have to offer? Would they prefer a mastermind class? Are they better with webinars? Or do they prefer one-on-one coaching? And then let's look at who are you cooking for? You got to move beyond friends and family. That has probably been one of the hardest things for me, is to let go of always trying to promote and push what I'm trying to do with friends and family. You've got to be willing to open yourself up and navigate through and find other people who are doing what you're doing and are interested in what you are doing. You have to invite others to your table. One of the one of the things that I've learned going through this process is how to go and introduce yourself in the inbox. You know, how it goes down in the DMs, as they say. So how do I go in? I have a script that I use when I go into the inbox to introduce myself, after I friend requested and they've responded back to me. What groups are you a part of? Are you connected to groups that deal with your success? Or are you just haphazardly in groups because, ooh, that sounds nice? No, you need to get focused and you need to start connecting yourself into groups that look like where you want your success to be. And what networking are you doing? Do you go on other people's lives and interact? Do you go and take other people's courses? You need to start doing that. So do the work number 3. Get that pen and paper out and that notepad. I want you to take a moment and think about what we've discussed so far. Now, let's look at who your support team is. Do you have coaches to help you? Do you have a mentor? What does your spiritual support look like? Are you connected to like-minded people? So what that looks like for me is I physically right now, financially, going back to make that budget, I cannot afford to hire a coach, but there are coaches in my circle, and whenever they do a live or they have a free webinar or mastermind or something like that, I'm there. And so for me right now, my coaches are Taria Vision Avant and Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills. And now Miss Candy Martin, because she's teaching me how to do this social media thing the right way. And so I'm not able to pay the high ticket price. But when they have things that I can afford to be a part of and I can do, I invest. So that's what that support team looks like for me. Spiritual supporters. Well, my biggest one is my mother, who was also a pastor. Um, but I have other spiritual connections out there, people that I can call and say, hey, I need you to pray with me about this or that. I had people praying for me even right now as I'm doing this presentation. And then like-minded people. So for me, just to give an example, two of the people that I gravitate to and interact with a lot are Chanel Spencer and Darling Diva Marie Moore. Because Chanel has walked the same journey I walked. Darling, we've connected a long time ago. And when it comes to networking and getting out there and being visible, man, I'm trying to tell you, she's fired with that. But those are people that are like-minded. And so when I talk to them, they are able to share with me right where I'm at because they're walking the same vein that I'm doing. Visibility. How do they know what you're cooking? Now I know for me, a lot of times when I'm cooking in my kitchen and I got one of the first ways I let the whole neighborhood know that I'm in the kitchen throwing down is I open up the windows and that smell gets to traveling, or I hit that grill and that smoke gets to, you know how it is, you driving down the street, you can always tell somebody's barbecuing, or you can always, I smell like fried chicken. So what are you doing to be visible? And again, I'm focusing on the business side of things because that is what this summit is about. But you can use this in any area. Can they find you on Facebook? Do you have an Instagram? Do you have a LinkedIn account? What about TikTok? How about Instagram? Periscope? You guys know what's out there, but are you showing up in those places? And then, is your kitchen clean? I cannot cook in a dirty kitchen. I clean before I start cooking and I clean while I'm cooking. So when I'm done cooking, all people got to do is wash their plates and utensils and cups and put them away. Is your kitchen clean? Does your timeline reflect success? So for some of us, we need to have a business page. I have a separate business page for Queen to Queen. But yet and still, I do post on my personal timeline things that I want others to know about and how they can connect with me on my Queen to Queen page. You also got to remove the clutter. Some of y'all have so much stuff running through your pages that I can't figure out when an event is, when this is, when that is. So make sure that your kitchen is clean. Some of that means you got to delete. And I'm talking about people on your timeline. Now, through Taria Vision Avant, I discovered this wonderful tool called Friend Finder. It's about $15 a month or $99 annually, and it will clean up your timeline. It will get rid of all inactive people on your timeline so that you can open it up to be able to receive those people that are going to engage with you in your success. And I used to be terrified about that. But you know what? What I did was I just posted and I said, hey, I am about to completely wipe through my timeline. Some of you that are connected to me, if you are removed and you would like to stay connected with me, please just send me back a friend request and we will connect. Now, let me be honest with y'all. I did that, and I can probably say maybe a fourth out of 600 and something people that removed from my timeline, maybe a fourth of those people have reached out to reconnect with me, which lets me know that I got rid of the dead weight that I didn't need. So now I have room to bring in those people that are gonna push my success. All right. You have to request. Don't be afraid to for you to send out a friend request. You don't always have to wait for somebody to request you. No, go look, see what people are doing, and if it fits with what you're doing, request that person. And then invite. If you are doing something, invite people. If you are going to be watching something that you think others can benefit from, invite people. Invite. All right, let's keep it moving. I hope you guys are really enjoying this and you're getting something out of this tonight. Step 6. Now we can fry the chicken. Yes. Now, this is probably one of the steps in the process that we would have the most difficult time with because it requires us to have patience. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my frying chicken failed stories. The first time I tried to fry chicken, y'all, it was burnt on the outside, but raw and pink on the inside. The second time I attempted, I burnt that chicken through and through. It wasn't until about the seventh or eighth attempt that I finally got it right. I had to understand that in order to fry a chicken, I have to put in the work to get it right. And I had to learn some lessons about this chicken frying thing. The first lesson I had to learn is I had to make sure that the temperature was right. If the temperature was too hot, it was going to do exactly what it did: burn it, either burn it on the outside and it be raw on the inside, or burn it through and through. If it was too low, it would take hours and hours and hours to cook, right? I had to learn to be patient because frying chicken, again, it takes time. Unless you got one of them air fryers, but we talking about the old fashioned grandma way of frying chicken. It takes time. It requires you to remain engaged and actively participating. You have to be there. You can't put chicken on and then come sit down and watch TV. No. You got to make sure that you are constantly checking that chicken and that you're watching over it and you're making sure that you know it's not cooking too fast or not cooking too slow, right? You have to watch and observe, and you have to flip it. You don't just cook chicken on one side. You have to turn it and let it cook on that side for a little bit, and then you turn it and let it cook on this side for a little bit. So we're going to look at how these elements fit into your success. Is the temperature right? Is the engagement that's required, and that you have to be agile. So here we go. Do the work number 4. Again, it is the most difficult step, I think, because it does require patience. So step number 1, um, you have to, or let me just say the overview of these steps. You have to gauge the temperature. Is this the right timing for you? Are you in the right space? Do you have a target date? Again, success takes time and it doesn't happen overnight. Now I know what you're thinking, but what about those overnight successes? Those are not overnight successes, those are overnight sensations. Generally speaking, there can be an overnight sensation. For example, people who make it big on YouTube because they get a million clicks. However, their rise to instant fame is generally short lived. They have short lived success. unless they've learned to change the sensation into a success. They have their own moment of glory. When you get specific and hone in on one specific area, there is no such thing as an overnight success. It requires you to grind while working towards the goal. And when you finally get the big break, you're able to continue the success because you know how the game works. So, step one, what is your target date? Think about that for a minute. Have you specified a target date? I want to have this book written by the end of June. I want to launch my podcast by the middle of July. I want to create my first virtual event October 2020. And then what are the milestones that will get you there? For the book, maybe you're going to be part of something like a boot camp. Or for your podcast, maybe you're going to be a part of someone who's doing training on that on how to do a podcast and be successful, like Dr. Steve Aisha Mills training that's coming up. Or maybe you're going to be a part and participate in other virtual events so you can begin to see how to build your own. Step number 2, self-motivation strategies. How are you staying engaged and active? Listen, don't let pushback from other people and lack of support stop you. You got to motivate yourself. So what did those strategies look like? For me, I have positive affirmations. I have time in my prayer closet. I have people that I call and say, motivate me. I need some help today. What are your self-motivation strategies? Don't stop. You got to keep going. Step number 3, you got to be teachable. I had to watch my grandmother fried chicken and my mother fried chicken, and I had to listen to my mother say, no, baby, you got to do this, and you got to flip it like this, and you got to do this, and when you season it like this, and you do it like this. I had to be teachable. I had to be able to allow someone to show me something. And sometimes we think we know it all, and we don't allow someone to show us a better way. Now, you might know how to run a business, but what if this person over you can show you how to be seamless in running your business? See what I'm saying? So whatever area of success you are striving for, watch others, learn from others, adapt what you can work, what can work for you, and apply it to your plan. And then number 4, you got to flip the script. Again, like I said, when you're frying chicken, you have to flip that chicken over. You cook it on one side for maybe 10 minutes and then flip it and cook it on the other side for 10 minutes. Likewise, when you are working on your success, sometimes you have to flip the script. You have to readjust and make changes, but it is okay to do so. You may have to rebrand yourself. You may have to seek out different levels of counseling. Maybe the counseling that you were seeing that you had before, or the mentor you had before, you've now grown. So now you need a mentor that can take you to the next level. You may have to adjust your circle to make room for those who will support you. And again, got to say bye-bye to some people so you can bring in those people that you need. But remember, it is okay to flip the script. Now we are ready. We have fried our chicken. It is golden. It is crispy. It's ready to go. Now we're ready to serve it up. So first thing we need to look at is the placement. We got to look at the placement. Be mindful of who you set your table for and where you set your table. That is important because everybody, as we know, haters are real. So you got to look at where am I setting my table and who am I setting my table before? Because your table ain't for everybody, but it's for the somebodies that need what you have to offer them. Let me say that again. Your table is not for everybody, but it is for the somebodies that need what you have to offer. So let's look at this. Where are you visible? I'm going to repeat this again. I said it, usually in school, when you hear something more than once, it's something you should write down because that means it's important. Are you on LinkedIn? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Periscope? Do you have TikTok? Do you have a YouTube channel? Where are you visible? Where are you placing yourself for people to see who you are and what it is you have to offer? And then let's look at the appetizers. What do you have to bring to the table? I know for me, when I go out to a restaurant, I like my appetizers. I like my salad or my soup or my fried zucchini or calamari or shrimp or fried mushrooms, whatever that looks like. What are the appetizers that you have to offer people when they sit down at your table? And for those of us in business, this is what are your freebies? Do you have an ebook that you can give away? Do you have a product that you can give away? Maybe you give a discovery session for free. What are the appetizers that when they come to the table, you can start them out with? Because the appetizers are used to reel them in to get ready for the main course, right? And so when you have the main course, you just don't come out with just a plate of chicken. You got some side dishes. You got your macaroni and cheese and greens and hot water cornbread, or your fried okra and whatever, your mashed potatoes and gravy, your rice and gravy, whatever it is that those side dishes are. Same way with your success. What enhances your success? Do you have a mastermind class in your plan? Do you have a webinar in your plan? Are you going to do a conference or a summit? Do you have a podcast in your plan? How about an anthology, a book collaboration? Maybe you've got t-shirts and other products that you sell that tie into what you were doing. Make sure, y'all, that you've got those side dishes. Well, here are my appetizers for you right here. I've got some free gifts for you all. For those of you who have been a part of the 3M conference, the first thing is that you can go and download your free copy of my 30-day positive affirmation ebook. I will post the link in the comments so that you can have that. You also can get a free copy of Stevie Production Presents Success Secrets Audio Anthology. And I was a part of that anthology, and I was so excited about that. It was my very first ever book collaboration, and I was super hyped. And I appreciate Dr. Steve Aisha Mills for giving me this opportunity. But I will put the link for that as well as the code Free Secrets that you will need to enter in order to receive that for free. And then for those of you that are here today and are part of the 3M Summit, I am giving you free access. Instead of $97, I'm going to give you free access to my 2-day webinar training, which is coming up from Caterpillar to Butterfly, Stage 1. For the first 50 to text 720-335-5154. Again, you're going to text 720-335-5154. And I need you to include your name, your email, and just put 3M Summit so I know that you were a part of this summit. But wait, there is more. Queen to Queen Publishing Transformational Success Planner. You are a trauma transformer, and you should have the planner designed to help every transformation you choose to make a success. So you can go to the link here and you can sign up today. And when you do, once the planner arrives summer of 2020, you will receive 20% off the cost to have that planner. Secondly, life is Forward Motion Audio Anthology. Yes, I am looking for men and women who have a story to tell, a message to release to the world. You do not have to be an author or a speaker. However, if this is a part of your success you want to accomplish, this is a great way to start. So if you would like to be a part of my Life is Forward Motion audio anthology, please email queen to queen at transformedqueens.life. Again, you can contact me at 720-355-5154. Email me at queen at transformedqueens.life. I am on Facebook at Queen to Queens, and I am on Instagram at Queen to Queens Voice. Again, I thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this 3M conference. Candy, I thank you so much for this opportunity. And again, I hope you all that what I shared with you tonight will help you as you are looking at what areas in your life you're going to transform into success. Thank you all so much. I can't hear you, Candy. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Someone let me know that I cannot hear her. If you can, but I can.
I think they saying they can't hear me. So anyway, so we're gonna try this again. How about that? So needless to say, I've been talking the whole time. I'm hungry. That's what I was saying. I'm hungry. I need chicken. So see, that's what happened when you be looking at food and everything. And you know what Miss Angela said, do not go to the store when you're hungry. Don't listen to Arica speak when you're hungry either, because she putting fried chicken up. And now I want fried chicken, so we're not gonna do that anymore. But great job. Great job. We will be putting all of the information on how to get in touch with Arica. If you are signed up like you were supposed to, you will be getting all this information sent to you as well. And again, I hope you guys took notes. On the 20th, you will be able to ask all kinds of questions to Queen Arica P. Quinn. And I'm telling you guys, the 3M conference is just getting started, okay? I'm just saying, she blew it. Didn't I tell you she was going to turn it up? I told you she was going to turn it up. So again, thank you guys for coming tonight and listening to us and spending a little time with us. And we'll be back tomorrow. Let me change that. Coach Pat Pearson is going to be in the house tomorrow. And I'm telling you, she going to turn it up too. So again, I need you guys to tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. We be right back here, the same bat time, same bat Facebook group. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.